Where there's smoke, there's speed. First one back, Hollywood ending. All this coming up this week on Horses and Courses.
One back, boys.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses, and welcome everyone to the opening of the 1997 Saratoga season. The Grand Dam of thoroughbred racing has rolled out the red carpet this week, and we're all set for a fantastic 6 weeks of thoroughbred sport here in the great Northeast. Those of you joining us for the first time, vacationing here in Saratoga, welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy our program where we highlight the best races run around the country each and every week. This week, no exception, boy. We've got a gate full of excellent races from Florida, Southern California. We're in the Midwest, down in New York, all over the place. So I hope you enjoy the bill of fare. We'll start right in, going down to Calder. On Saturday afternoon, a couple of two-year-old races were run. First up, the Maseo Mariah Stakes. This was formerly the Melaleuca. It's two-year-old fillies, $50,000, the guaranteed purse on the race. They're sprinting the 5.5 furlong distance. Phil Saltzman begins it with the call.
And they're off in the Maseo Mariah Stakes. And on the inside, that's Hummingbird breaking sharply and moving up on the outside to challenge. It's Nancy's Glitter. Then it's a length and a half back to the outside. That's XL Princess. Moving to the inside, it's Blanca Delia. It's a length back to the rail to Arrogant. BK's Notebook on the far outside. And 4 lengths back, it's Hush First Bobby. They leave the backstretch and move to the 3/8 pole, and Nancy's Glitter on the outside moves off to open up a length. Hummingbird at the rail is second. It's 6 lengths back to Blanca Delia, then it's another 2 lengths to Arrogant. Length to the outside, BK's Notebook, then it's 2 lengths back to XL Princess, and 6 lengths to the trailer, Hush First Bobby. First quarter, 22 seconds flat, 3/16 of a mile to go, and Nancy's Glitter has opened up a 6-length lead, and the Maseo Mariah Stakes belongs to her, and she's all alone. In second position, it's Blanca Delia. 2 lengths back, XL Princess comes on third. They come through the final 70 yards, and Nancy's Glitter is under wraps.
Well, Fred Nibbs has got a runner here. This Glitterman two-year-old filly just beats this bunch by about a 16th of a mile. Pedro Rodriguez in the irons gets her second win in a row. She's now 3 out of 5 lifetime and is just getting better and better. What a runner she's going to be. Blanca Delia finished second. XL Princess will get the third money. Nancy's Glitter scorches the 5.5 furlongs down in Miami Saturday in 1:05 and 3. All right, the 11th race, the two-year-old Colts had their turn down at Calder Saturday. This is the Criterion Stakes. Again, we're at 5.5 panels for a $50,000 guaranteed purse. And again, here's Phil describing the race for us.
And they're off. Toward the outside, Easy Line breaks sharply, moves for the lead. Now, Don't Call Me, a cowboy rushes up to get the lead. My Superstar toward the inside is next. It's 2 lengths back to Regent's Mark fourth. Then it's another 2.5 lengths toward the inside. That's World Series moving up fifth. From between horses, it's Persuasion next. Then it's a length back to the outside. That's Out of My Way, Sir. It's another length and a half to the outside to Zipper's Choice. And 2 lengths to the trailer, Army of Angels. They went the first quarter in 22-1. There's going to be a quarter of a mile left to go in the Criterion Stakes, and on the inside, My Superstar has a short lead. Don't Call Me a Cowboy on the outside is right there second. Regent's Mark comes after the leader's third. Then to the outside, it's Easy Line. Field moves to the 8th pole. With the lead, Don't Call Me a Cowboy. My Superstar starting to weaken, trying to find room toward the inside. It's World Series on the outside. Easy Line. They come to deep stretch. Easy Line on the outside. Don't Call Me a Cowboy. World Series at the rail. Here, be close. It's too close to call.
Don't Call Me a Cowboy. Enrique Gerardo in the irons gets the nose score for trainer Steve Standridge. This 2-year-old by Houston, 2 starts, 2 wins now as he wins the male part of the 2-year-old action down at Calder on Saturday. Easy Line, World Series, they'll be second and third. Notice the time, how it compares with Nancy's Glitter earlier on in the day. The boys can only go here in 1:07 flat, so you show how good Nancy's Glitter is going to be. All right, let's move up to Laurel from Florida and take a look at the weekend action, which include on Saturday afternoon the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash for our older horses. 3/4 of a mile the distance, $300,000. The guaranteed purse in here. Of course, featuring Smoke Black and tangling with older horses for the first time, including 2 very nice females. Let's take a look. Here's Dave Rodman at Laurel with the call.
And they're off. Wise, Dusty, Smoke Glacken, and Political Wit, and Smoke Glacken and Political Wit. They are the 2 leaders of the opening 16th of a mile. Wise, Dusty, and Capote Bell is chasing on from 4th, a gap of 5, and Ella Hood and JJ's Dream is back there second last. And trailing the field is Score Birdie. Smoke Glacken smokes to that far turn, leading the way 3/4 of a length from Political Wit in second. Break it 2 lengths, and as Wise, Dusty, Capote Bell is kept close to the hot pace. 22 flat. They sizzle the opening quarter. Smoke Glacken is beginning to get away. Look at Smoke Glacken zip past the 3/8 pole by 3 lengths, leaving Political Wit and Wise Dusty. Capote Bell is next, the others far back. Ella Hood and Score Birdie, and JJ's Dream is far back last, about a dozen lengths off the lead. 1/4 of a mile to run in the dash. Smoke Glacken 44-4, sensational half mile. Wise Dusty on the outside now coming to attack. Here's Capote Bell down to the inside. Smoke Glacken is the leader. Wise Dusty on the outside. Capote Bell final furlong. Smoke Glacken's put in the drive. Wise Dusty, the local horse on the outside, trying to pull a big upset. 16th to go. Smoke Glacken, Wise Dusty, Capote Bell. Ella Hood is 4th. Smoke Glacken, and when the smoke clears, the sensational son of 2 Punch, Smoke Glacken.
Well, as we've been telling you, he just ran the 3-year-olds in the sprint division into the ground, so new worlds to conquer, and here he comes beating the elders in both sexes. JJ's Dream and Capote Bell and Political Wit in his wake. Smoke Glacken, a 1.5 length score, blistering fractions again. Where there's Smoke Glacken's blistering speed. Craig Perrette in the irons per usual. Wise Dusty, the local horse down there at Maryland, gave it a good try but falls a bit short. Capote Bell always on the board. She finishes in the 3rd spot. Smoke Glacken, hope to see him up here at Saratoga and either in the off phenomenon or the forego, on his way to the Sprint Championship if he stays healthy. Gets the DeFrancis Dash in 1:09.2. All right, Sunday afternoon down in Laurel, we had the Chieftain Handicap. Mile 16th on the grass for the older horses. $50,000 the added purse on the race. Again, Dave Rodman with the call.
And they're off. Western Echo with a sharp start, and Beware the Ice showing sharp speed as well. Warning Glance chasing that pair, and then it's back to Trump Mahal, who comes out running in 4th, followed by Bold Print and Shoot Back, allowed to lag behind early on as the pace is good into the first turn. Beware the Ice and Warning Glance to the inside. Western Echo now settles in 3rd. Trump Mahal's alongside of that one. They're about 3 lengths from the lead, and Bold Print is next, and Shoot Back is in the back of the pack, restrained in the early going. Beware the Ice, with the head in front from Warning Glance as they they make the move up the backstretch in Trump Mahal. Western Echoes for saving ground from that inside gate. Then it's back to Bold Print, and Shoot Back is the trailer, some 8 lengths off the lead. Up the backstretch now, Warning Glance on the outside, and Beware the Ice, tracked by Trump Mahal. Western Echo is next, and Bold Print racing second last, and Shoot Back still trails some 7 from the lead. Warning Glance and Beware the Ice sharing the advantage up front in Trump Mahal. Western Echo urged on a bit down to the inside. Shoot Back now moving through in between, and Bold Print is the trailer. They're into the fire turn. Warning Glance and Beware the Ice trying to settle it up front. Trump Mahal is next. Shoot Back on the outside. Western Echo's down inside there, 4 from the lead in Bold Print. Warning Glance and Beware the Ice, and Trump Mahal is heating up on the outside. Warning Glance, Trump Mahal on the outside. Beware the Ice now under pressure, and it's 2 more lengths, and Shoot Back is next. Trump Mahal out to the center of the course, and Warning Glance, they're coming through the final furlong. Warning Glance and Trump Mahal. Warning Glance got a lot of class. Trump Mahal got the advantage though, and Shoot Back is trying to wear him down now. 16th to go. Trump Mahal, Shoot Back on the outside. Trump Mahal, Shoot Back gaining the wires here. Trump Mahal.
Trump Mahal, Seth Martinez in the irons, 3 parts of a length, sent off at 3-1. 40th start, 11th win for Robin Grayman, Virginia Wright. Shoot Back from Tommy Voss's stable gets second. Warning Glance finishing in the 3rd spot as the favorite. Trump Mahal goes the mile 16th Sunday at Laurel in 1:42.3. All right, over to Philadelphia Park. We have another 3-year-old sprint for you from Saturday afternoon, the Long Clover Handicap. It's a $50,000 guaranteed race. They're going 3/4. Here's Keith Jones in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, describing the race.
They're in the gate, and they're off. Thunder Breeze breaks quickly. American Champ moves up, good speed from Manticore, and it's Manticore up to take the early advantage. American Champ going right with him second. French Reality has moved up on the outside to be third. Thunder Breeze back to 4th. Special Occasion down inside 5th. The trailing trio, Say Casey's Ribs, Aren't Been Dangerous, and Take Aim. They zip the opening quarter in 21-4. Heading for the far turn, American Champ powers past Manticore, and with 3/8 to go, it's American Champ by a full length. Manticore tried to stay with him. French Reality is there on the outside, and now French Reality up into the 2nd spot as Manticore is dropped back to 3rd. Thunder Breeze takes to the outside. He's 4th, about 4 back, and then it's another 2.5 to Special Occasion. The half in 45 flat. American Champ leads at the head of the stretch. In fact, he's widened the advantage to 3. American Champ pulling away with 1/8 to go. Thunder Breeze has come on into 2nd. Then it's French Reality and Special Occasion. But American Champ has left them all in the dust. A 16th out, just pouring it on. American Champ by 6, by 7, now taken in hand. American Champ tons the best.
Well, I guess we can call American Champ the 2nd best 3-year-old sprinting colt this year. He gets his 2nd in a row, and he's 5 wins out of 8 starts. Very nice horse, sent off at 1-5, wins off by 6 easy lengths. Tony Black in the irons. Take Aim and Thunder Breeze, they'll be 2nd and 3rd. American Champ might want to try Smoke Glacken again somewhere along the way and just see how good he really is. He goes the 6 furlongs at Philadelphia in 1:10.2. All right, over to Monmouth Park and Oceanport for Saturday afternoon's running of the Reeve Schley Junior Stakes. 3-year-old fillies postward in this one. It's a 1 1/16 mile race, $100,000. The guaranteed purse is Larry Colmus in Oceanport describing the action.
A half mile in 45-2. Tommy Turner and More Silver setting a very fast pace into the far turn. They're 6 lengths in front of Eliza's Ballerina 2nd. Alarming Prospect 3rd. Sagacious biding her time 4th, 8 off the lead. Victory Chime has 9 to make up, and then it's Cutney who's being ridden along to the outside and has to pick it up. Hoochie Coochie's getting by a Scutney on the turn. More Silvers come back to them. The lead down to 2. She's run 3/4 in 109 and 4. Alarming Prospect is coming on second. Eliza's Ballerina third. Sagacious angles to the outside and makes her run. Victory Chime closing strongly in the middle of the course. More Silver. Alarming Prospect. Eliza's Ballerina. Sagacious. Victory Chime on the outside. Sagacious gets the lead. Hoochie Coochie making a late bid between horses. And on the far outside, French Buster coming late. It's Sagacious in deep stretch to take the Riefschlei.
J.J. Toner brought over Sagacious from New York for a 3/4 of a length score, sent off at 2-1, gets her first stakes score. She's 3 out of 5 lifetime, this daughter of Quest for Fame. Robbie Davis in town for the winning ride. Victory Chime and Alarming Prospect, they'll get the place and show positions. Sagacious goes the mile and the 16th in 1:41 and 3. All right, down to Ellis Park for a look at their weekend action. We've got 2-year-olds, Colts and Fillies, going posted. First up, we'll take a look at the gals in the Magnolia Stakes. The distance here is 6 furlongs. The purse, 50 thou in guaranteed money. Is Nick Capurro in Henderson, Kentucky, describing the action.
They're off. Princess Willow broke sharply on the far outside. Now Prospector's Song in the center through to take up the lead. Joined from the inside by Lola Bell and Nurse Goodbody. Down the backstretch, 3 vying for it. Lola Bell from the inside reaches the front. Nurse Goodbody between horses second. Prospector's Song outside of these is third. A gap of 2. Princess Willow relegated to 4th, followed by a Precious Clover at the inside 5th. A break of 3. Quick Lap is 6th. Another 3 lengths back to Phantasm in 7th. Ransom for Me at this stage is last of the 8. They're on to the far turn. Lola Bell extends away to lead it a full length to Nurse Goodbody in second. Still a prominent third is Prospector's Song, a gap then of 3 lengths. Princess Willow is 4th and another 3 lengths back. From the inside of Precious Clover is 5th. Then Quick Lap, Phantasm, and still at the back at this stage is Ransom for Me. As they round the turn, approach the top of the stretch, Prospector's Song from the outside now seizes a narrow lead to Nurse Goodbody at the inside. A gap of 2 to Princess Willow in third. Into the final furlong, it's Prospector's Song disputing it with Nurse Goodbody, who's retaliating at the inside. Princess Willow is finishing full of run, going for the line. It's Nurse Goodbody and Princess Willow in a photo finish.
Nurse Goodbody, Larry Melancon in the irons, scores a head victory, sent off at 6-1. Nice $14.80 mutual ticket. This is a 2-year-old daughter of Personal Hope. She gets her second win after breaking her maiden in 4 career starts so far, and of course this is her first stakes win. Princess Willow, Prospector's Song, place and show, fillies in the race. Nurse Goodbody goes the 6 panels in 1:10 and 4. And Sunday afternoon, the boys turn in Kentucky to go their 3/4 in the Sequoia Stakes. Again, 50 thou, and again, Nick Capurro with the call.
They're off. Regain the Fame, Fleet Crossing come away together to share the lead. Cellular 2 is also forwardly placed. On to You is also well up with the leaders down the backstretch. It's Cellular 2 who now pulls clear a half length to On to You in second. At the inside, racing third is Old Cart. Then we get a gap of a length and a half. Tommaso at the rail runs 4th. Meadowman has come away in 5th. Then a gap of 2 lengths. Regain the Fame has been relegated to 6th. Gilded Proof is 7th. And now, last of the 8 is Fleet Crossing. They make their way onto the far turn, just over 3 furlongs to run. Cellular 2 is leading in a half length. Applying pressure to the leader is On to You. There's a gap then of 3. Pull to the outside, Tommaso is beginning to improve in 3rd. At the inside, Old Cart is 4th. Meadowman is 5th, followed by Regain the Fame in 6th. Gilded Proof is 7th. A long way from contention is Fleet Crossing. They round the turn into the stretch, and as they do so, On to You bounds away to lead it now by 3 lengths. Tommaso from between horses emerges to show in second. Wider out is Regain the Fame. They come inside the final furlong. On to You leads it by a diminishing length. Tommaso reducing the margin of the leader, followed by Regain the Fame going for the line. It's Tommaso who now takes it from On to You.
Tommaso, Oliver Castillo in the irons for trainer Donnie Von Hamel gets the win here, a half length to the good. This guy was a maiden going in here, and he comes out a stakes winner. That was his 5th career start. He'd been on the board a couple of times in maiden allowance races, but now is a stakes winner. On 2, finishing in the 2nd spot, Regain the Fame gets the show money. Tommaso going the 6 panels in 1 minute, 11 seconds flat. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out the break, plenty of action. We're out at Arlington. We'll be out at Hollywood for their terrific closing weekend of action. We've got our Belmont races coming up. We're at Canterbury this week, Remington. Also, good races coast to coast. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
During the Saratoga Meet July 23rd through September 1st, you can watch Face Off live from the Saratoga Racecourse. Handicappers Linda Cassie and Larry Owens will analyze each race and give you their selections. Jack Wolferseder will conduct one-on-one interviews with jockeys, owners, trainers, and NYRA officials. And Vic Gilardi will be here to let you know what's happening in and about at Saratoga. So join Linda, Jack, Larry, and Vic every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. for Face Off, right here on the OTB TV Radio Network. The National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame, located on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs, New York, will hold the 1997 inductions on Monday, August 4th at 10:30 a.m. Join jockey Gary Stevens, trainer P.G. Johnson, and steeplechase trainer Michael Walsh. 3 horses will also be inducted that day. They are Easy Goer, Bold and Determined, and Granville. For more information, please call 1-800-562-5394.
Saturday afternoon at Arlington Park, we had state-bred fillies and mares going postward in the Isaac Murphy Handicap. 50 thou, the added purse. They're going 3/4 of a mile. Is Michael Rona in Chicago with the call.
They're ready. Racing, and a good even dispatch. Behold the Princess going to the front from Pollyanna Pixie. Close up on the inside are Mr. Lovely in company with Slum Gully, and Silent Jet is only 2 lengths off the pace. Mizena caught about 5 wide in the green colours, and Bonita Meadows in the middle of the track, and they're followed after 2.5 by Impulsive Spender. Inside Affair with Tara on track 6 lengths last, past the half mile, and the 2 leaders are Pollyanna Pixie and Mr. Lovely. Only a neck away, Behold the Princess caught 3 wide, 3/4 of a length, Mizena 4 wide, Bonita Meadow 5 deep, a length from the front, a length and a half further back is Slum Gullion, 2 lengths then to Impulsive Spender, Affair, followed by Silent Jet, and 2.5 Tara on track as they pass the quarter pole. And look at these fillies all in a line. It's like the Rockets. 3/16 to go. Mr. Lovely on the inside is just in front. Bonita Meadow has covered a lot of ground. She's worked hard. She's trying to move up and grab the lead. Mizena boxing on strongly between them, and Impulsive Spender making ground on the fence. Mr. Lovely still with the head in front. Bonita Meadow can't get on terms with Mr. Lovely. Mr. Lovely takes the Isaac Murphy by a neck. Bonita Meadow second.
Mr. Lovely, Kurt Burke in the irons gets the victory in the Isaac Murphy. Half-length score here. Sent off at 11-1 for trainer Harvey Veneer. Cha-ching! $25.80, our first dinger of the week. Bonita Meadow, the big 6-5 favorite. Best she can do is settle the place money there. Impulsive Spender finishing in the show position. Mr. Lovely goes her 6 furlongs in the Isaac Murphy in 1:11-1. Sunday afternoon at Arlington, the American Derby was run for our 3-year-olds. They're going 1 mile and 3/16 on the Arlington lawn. Nice purse on the race as well, $200,000 in guaranteed monies. Again, here's Michael Rona describing the race.
Racing, play wacky for me away fast from gate 2. Worldly Ways comes away sweetly. Out 3 wide then is Daylight Savings, close to the pace, but now drifting back a touch. Crimson Classic going up for a share of the lead in the bright pink. Brave Actors caught 4 wide with a lap to go. Honor Gliders 5 wide. There's no speed on. Some of these are tugging pretty hard. Daylight Savings getting back in the pack now. Out wide is Sharka, 3.5 lengths from the front, and 2 lengths away last Air Power. Just 6 lengths covers the lot. As they work out of the stretch, it's the favourite Worldly Ways going to the lead. Unhurried hurried by a half length. Crimson Classic in close attendance second, and it's a neck to Honor Glide. He's out wide today. He's 3 deep entering the back stretch. It's just a length after Brave Act with the White Shadow roll. Splitting Play Wacky for Me and Sharka caught 3 wide, and only 2.5 lengths covers the first half dozen candidates. After 3 lengths come Air Power and Daylight Savings past the 5/8 pole, and now it's Honor Glide going to the front. Honor Glide by a half length from Daylight from Worldly Ways, followed in third position by Sharka on the outside of Crimson Classic, and further back in the field Play Wacky for Me and Brave Act, and 4 lengths away Air Power with Daylight Savings. Worldly Ways battling with Honor Glide into the far turn. There's a head between them. Worldly Ways again just in front from Honor Glide. Sharka a half length away, a length and a quarter Crimson Classic. Brave Act is making up ground but forced 4 deep. Play Wacky for Me buried on the rail. Then Daylight Savings at the top of the stretch, 3/16 to go. Honor Glide, Worldly Ways getting away now by a length from Honor Glide, followed by Sharka, who's not doing enough. Brave Act coming on fairly. Daylight Savings also. Worldly Ways by a neck. Honor Glide is coming back. Honor Glide on the outside, and Worldly Ways stride for stride with Honor Glide now gaining the upper hand, and he wins in a photo from Worldly Ways.
Hey, here's Honor Glide, a neck victory. Garrett Gomez in the iron, 2 for 2, won the Arlington Classic over 4th of July weekend. Now comes right back and wins the American Derby, this 3-year-old son of Honor Grades. Worldly Ways finishing second, just losing a tough one there. Daylight Savings finishing in the 3rd spot. Worldly Ways, incidentally, sent off the 9-5 fave. Honor Glide at 7 to 2 checks home in the American Derby in 1:55 and 4. Okay, to Oklahoma, Remington Park. 2 good races over the weekend. First up on Saturday, the Remington Park Breeders' Cup Handicap. It's on the grass at 1 1/8 miles, $150,000. The added purse. We've got older horses going here for you. Let's take a look. Here's Jim Byers in Oklahoma City describing the Remington Park Cup.
They're off. Chieftain toward the outside is heading out quickly, as is the long shot Untraceable. Splitting those two is Burbank as they race out of the chute. It is Chieftain, this speedster from the outside with Bobby Walker taking over a short lead. Burbank right on his inside is clinging with him. Gap of 3.5 then to Untraceable in third. Volasheen is right outside of him in fourth. Then another 3 lengths back to Lost Soldier on the inside fifth as they spread out early on. City Knights is alongside Lost Soldier. The back 2 are Milligan, who tucks in on the inside, and Brush with Pride is well behind. The quarter time 23 and 3 as they spread out around the clubhouse turn. Chieftain shows the way by nearly 2 lengths. Then comes Burbank in second. Volasheen staying fairly close to the paces, third from the outside. Then a gap of 2 to City Knights running in fourth. Untraceable has dropped back fifth. Lost Soldier is outside of him in sixth, some 7 lengths from the lead. Then comes Milligan, and Brush with Pride remains the trailer. The halftime 47 and 2, half mile to the finish, and Chieftain leads the way. Burbank is now only a length back in second, and Volasheen perched right there on the outside, racing in third, followed 2 lengths back by Lost Soldier in fourth. City Knights needs clear sailing on the inside and races in fifth, followed 2.5 back by Milligan. That late runner is still some 7 lengths off the lead as they round the turn, 3/4, 1:11 flat. It's Chieftain. He's dictated the pace from the start. He tries to open up now as they come to the top of the stretch. Volasheen races into second, Burbank to the inside third, followed by Lost Soldier and City Knights. They come to the furlong pole, and Chieftain leads the way. Shane Sellers is all after Volasheen, who races still a length and a half back in second. Is still Chieftain. Then comes Volasheen in second, followed by City Knights and Lost Soldier. Chieftain has the lead here in the Remington Breeders' Cup and is going to hold Volasheen safe. It's Chieftain by nearly 2.
Chieftain and Bobby Joe Walker in the iron spring. The upset here, a length and 3/4 for Anthony Reinstedler, sent off at 20 to 1. Ding! $42.40 on Chieftain. Volasheen for Niall O'Callaghan, best he can do is get the second money here, sent off at 3 to 5. Ouch. City Knights checks in for the show position. Chieftain, mile and a furlong in 1:48 and 1. And interestingly enough, all 3 of those horses are Irish breds. Okay, Sunday afternoon, 3-year-olds going postward in the Great West Stakes at the Remington, a $100,000 guaranteed race, 1 1/16 the distance. Again, Jim Byers describes the action.
They're off. O'Winnigan is heading to the early lead. O'Winnigan establishes the lead under the wire the first time. The speedy Capote's Prospect up to the outside to challenge O'Winnigan. Demand Deposit is third. National Finals gets out in fourth, and Rojo De Niro will be 3 wide into the first turn. Racing in fifth as they move around the clubhouse turn. On the inside, O'Winnigan and Glenn Murphy with a short lead. Austin Lovelace and Capote's Prospect right up there. And those two now go head and head as they move on to the backstretch. Capote's Prospect sticks a neck in front. O'Winnigan on the inside, second by a good 5. Then Demand Deposit. Rojo De Niro still 3 wide. And National Finals is at the back end of the field. A quarter and 23 seconds flat, 5 furlongs to the finish. And O'Winnigan continues to duel with Capote's Prospect. Capote's Prospect on the outside and O'Winnigan on the inside. And they are battling headlong to the half-mile pole. A gap of some 5, and Rojo De Niro emerges now in third. Demand Deposit on the inside races in fourth. The National Finals is fifth. The half and 45 and 3 as they race into the far turn. O'Winnigan has the lead now as Capote's Prospect has dropped a length off the pace, racing in second. Here comes Rojo De Niro making a charge up on the outside, and Demand Deposit is gaining ground quickly as well. Demand Deposit looking for some racing room. They turn for home now. Rojo De Niro on the outside, and O'Winnigan tries to cling with him on the inside, and Demand Deposit is right with that top pair. Racing in third and angling to the outside now. 3/4, 1, 10 and 2. They come to the final furlong. Rojo De Niro establishes the lead. Rojo De Niro has a neck advantage. O'Winnigan just won't quit on the inside. Demand Deposit races in third. It's Rojo De Niro, a short lead. He comes to the wire here with the advantage in the Great West Stakes. Rojo De Niro takes it by 1 length to Demand Deposit.
The high weight carrying 122 pounds and the big 3 to 5 favorite, Rojo De Niro from Donnie von Hamelsbond, does not disappoint. Gets the length score. Donnie Pettinger, usual rider for trainer Von Hamel, on board for the win. Demand Deposit will be second. O'Winnigan will get the show money. Rojo De Niro goes the mile 16 Sunday down in Oklahoma in 1 minute 43 seconds flat. All right, back to Ohio on Saturday afternoon in Cincinnati. River Downs Breeders' Cup Handicap was run on the grass for fillies and mares, a $150,000 added purse on the race to River Downs and the call of Saturday's Breeders' Cup.
Under a tight hold while on the hedge in fifth. The early trailer is Betty Van. They pass the stands for the first time and move for the turn, and it's Okano Book, who's opened up now on the lead and has this one by 4. KZ Bay going along in second on the hedge. Streisand guided to the outside in third. Then it's Search for Reality fourth. A break then of 3 lengths to Duck Trap running in fifth. And the trailer Betty Van. Opening quarter, a quick 22 and 4, and they move down the back stretch. And it's Terry Thompson and Okano Book in front here by 2. KZ Bay now inching closer in second with Streisand right behind her third. On the inside, Search for Reality moves up the hedge quickly into fourth. A break then of 1.5 lengths to Duck Trap in fifth. And the trailer continues to be Betty Van. The field tightening up. 6 lengths cover them all. Rapid half mile in 46 seconds flat, and now they move to the turn with Okano Book in front. Here comes KZ Bay on the outside second. Streisand is third. Duck Trap now moves up running fourth with Search for Reality fifth. The trailer Betty Van as they come for the head of the home stretch. And it's KZ Bay who takes the lead through 6 furlongs at 10 and 1. KZ Bay in front as they come down the stretch. Okano Book is second. Duck Trap trying to pull a huge upset on the inside in third with Streisand retreating fourth. Inside the 8th pole, it's KZ Bay with the lead. Okano Book fighting back in second. They'll move for the line. KZ Bay, Okano Book can't split them in the River Downs.
Okano Book, Terry Thompson in the irons, gets the nose victory for trainer Ron Kirby. Sent off at 7 to 1. Good ticket, $17.40, beating KZ Bay, who had just won that race up at Canterbury a couple of weeks back. She was made 9 to 5, and has to settle for second. Duck Trap finishing in the third spot, and the 4-5 favorite, Streisand, is off the board. Okanobuk goes the mile and 16th at River Downs, equaling the course record of mile 16th in 1:40 3/5 of a second. All right, from Ohio, keep going north to Minnesota, Shakopee, Minnesota, Canterbury Downs. On Sunday afternoon, the Canterbury Park Derby for our 3-year-olds. They're going a distance of a flat mile on a turf course, condition being yielding. Let's take a look. The purse on the race, a nice one, $100,000. And added monies is Paul Allen.
And they're racing, sent off well. Between runners, going to the lead is Olympio Star with Abel Red, Bold Aford, and Day Job to the outside. The early pace appears fast in the Derby. And with 1 lap to go, Day Job and Larry Sterling Jr. win the run to the line for the first time. Olympio Star settles into second with Abel Red to his outside. And those three are 6 lengths clear from Satchmo, who is to the inside of Outside the War. Then we come to Bold Aford. Greed is Good moves up 4 wide. That pack is 7 clear from Mr. Gumbo. Then it's a length more back to That's Using the Old Bean. And Boy Stuff already is 16 lengths from the lead. Up the Canterbury backstretch in the Derby. And Day Job and Olympio Star do battle on the early pace. And they are 2 lengths clear from Abel Red, who is pushed on past the half. Greed is Good is creeping up nicely to the outside of Abel Red. Brian Peck not even asking Greed is Good to run, and he cuts the leader's margin to 1.5 lengths. The long shot Satchmo is 5th, 6 lengths off. Then it's Outside the War. Mr. Gumbo is picking off runners. He's right behind Satchmo with nowhere to go. That's Using the Old Bean makes him further sequestered. Then it's Bold Aford, Boy Stuff, 10 lengths from the lead. And here they come in the Derby. Greed is Good. Between them, Day Job. On the inside, sneaking through, Abel Red, Olympio Star. Mr. Gumbo looking for room. That's Using the Old Bean with a shot. And Boy Stuff from behind. 1:50 to go. Greed is Good. Mr. Gumbo on the inside. That's Using the Old Bean and Boy Stuff. But Greed is Good in the Canterbury Park Derby. Indeed, Greed is Good.
Greed is Good. Randy Bradshaw, training for the Siegel family, gets the victory, a popular victory. It is a length to the good, sent off at 3-2. Brian Peck in the saddle for trainer Bradshaw. That's Using the Old Bean. We've seen this guy hitting the board quite regularly in minor 3-year-old events, on the board again here. And Mr. Grumbo he gets the show money. Greed is Good, getting some of that cash, going the mile on the yielding turf course, Canterbury Sunday, in 1:36 4. All right, let's take our second pause here. When we come out of the break, we've got our action from Hollywood Park, the final weekend of the 1997 spring-summer season. We'll finish up the Belmont spring-summer season and step right outside here at Saratoga for the opener of the 97 season. Much, much more to come. Don't go away. Be right back after this. New York breds, powerful, fast, and in demand. Racing for the richest purses against the best horses around the world. A quality program with optimum rewards and proven results. New York breds are setting a new standard in improving the breed. Enhance your operation by taking part in this progressive program. The New York bred, leading the way in breeding excellence. For more information, call the New York Breeding and Development Fund or the New York Thoroughbred Breeders.
A day at Saratoga is not complete without a visit to the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs. Get an insight into the tradition of great thoroughbred racing, from the beginning of the Saratoga track in the 1800s to the present day. It's an experience you'll treasure forever. National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs, open year-round. For more information, call 1-800-562-5394.
All right, out at Hollywood Park on Sunday afternoon, several excellent stakes races, highlighted, of course, by the Swap Stakes, the mile and an eighth 3-year-old event, a $500,000 guaranteed purse on the race, featuring Free House, the Triple Crown combatant who gave us so many thrills. He's the first one back. Let's take a look, see how he runs. Here's Luke Krybosch with the call.
Start. Off and running in the swaps. Freehouse breaking right on top, joined by Wild Rush Deputy Commander. Came away in third. Precocity right there, fourth. Activist racing fifth, and Hello. Heading for the first turn, and Wild Rush up to take the lead by a neck now. Deputy Commander hugs the rail right there. Second, Freehouse. Taken in hand off the top pair in third. Precocity fourth, and Activist on the inside. And Hello, the trailer, 7 off the pace midway around the first turn. Deputy Commander and Corey Nakatani carving out a quarter and 23 flat, leads it by a length and a half now. Wild Rush just tracking off his heels in second, and Freehouse the favorite right there in third. Precocity's racing fourth by an Activist is 4.5 off the lead now, and 2 farther back to Hello as they make their way up the backstretch. Deputy Commander leading the way by 3 parts of a length. Wild Rush inching up to put that pressure on, and Freehouse is moving smoothly on the outside in third. Precocity 3 off the pace and being nudged into contention now with Activist on the inside, and Hello 6 off the pace the trailer. Half mile 46 and 2/5 seconds heading for the far turn. Wild Rush gets his nose in front now. Deputy Commander kicks back along the inside in second, and the favorite Freehouse now being asked for some speed in third. A clear cut third. Precocity fourth by 2. Hello swings into action on the far outside, and Activist running to the top of the lane. Freehouse will sweep up 3 wide on the leaders. Wild Rush and Deputy Commander past the quarter pole. Wild Rush has got the head in front. Deputy Commander put to a full-out drive, and Freehouse is up to join the fray on the outside, and Freehouse kicks it into high gear and accelerates and takes the lead past the 8th pole. Freehouse driving clear by 2. Deputy Commander, Wild Rush second and third, and Precocity coming late. Freehouse racking up a nice win. Freehouse wins the swaps. Deputy Commander second, Wild Rush third.
Well, the riggers of the Triple Crown certainly did not put any dents in this guy as he just strolls to a very handy 3-length score. The 2-5 prohibitive favorite, Kent DeSormo in the irons. They said they needed this win after all the heartbreaking losses in the Triple Crown events. And now you see that 1 1/8 is actually this guy's best distance. He won the Santa Anita Derby, you recall, earlier on in the spring at this distance. And that's the key to this horse. Deputy Commander, absolutely no match, as was Wild Rush. Freehouse in a very snappy performance here, going the 1 1/8, 1:45 and 4. Where next? Do they try the Haskell? That might be rushing things a little bit. Or do they wait for the Travers? Now that's kind of a lengthy span between races. Maybe they'll look for something in the middle. We'll see. But he is back. He's the first one back. Of course, the Silver Charm now, incidentally, is, in case you haven't heard, is not coming back. He's been turned out for the remainder of the 1997 season to get his white blood cell count and viruses all in order and get a nice freshening, and they'll be pointing the Derby winner toward the Strube Series next year at the Santa Anita. But Freehouse, he's got perhaps an Eclipse Award. Remember, he's beaten Silver Charm twice. Don't forget that. Perhaps an Eclipse Award. Let's see where he goes next. But certainly back in the winner's circle this past Sunday. All right, continuing on with the good action from Hollywood. We've got the Sunset Handicap for our older horses. They're on the grass at 1.5 miles, 400,000, the guaranteed purse on this one. Again, in Inglewood, here's Luke with the call.
Second, Star Performance. Third, Flyway on the inside. Ray Bodancer has 4 to make up in Seaborg. At the top of the lane in the Sunset Handicap, Marlin set down for the drive now. Marlin a length and a half clear. Percutot full out drive in second. Flyway racing third. Rainbow Dancer on the far outside in Star Performance. Marlin just keeps on going. Marlin clear by 2. Late charge from Flyway on the outside, but Marlin will win the Sunset Handicap. Marlin wins it by a length and a half. Flyway second.
Well, Marlin gets the nice win. David Flores in the irons for the score. Chris McCarron scheduled to ride, but he was injured in a mishap with Let the Big Horse Roll earlier on in the day in the paddock, and had to take off both mounts in the Sunset and the Vanity, and we'll see in a moment. It was a very costly day for jockey Chris McCarron. Marlin gets the length score for the Lucas and Tabor connections. Now where do they go next? This guy has run on the grass and the dirt. The Arlington Million certainly is a consideration. The Pacific Classic at Del Mar also under consideration. I think he's a little better on the grass. They'll probably end up in the Million. Flyway gets the second spot. Percutant checks in for the show money. Marlin and David Flores picking up a nice payday. Goes the distance in 2:25 and 1. All right, next up on closing Sunday at Hollywood, the Vanity Handicap for our fillies and mares. Mile and an eighth the distance, 400,000 the added purse on the race. And again, the rivalry between Jewel Princess and Twice the Vice continues. Let's take a look. Luke's got the call again for us.
Here, they're in the gate. Biltmore Breeze, they're all set, off and running in the Vanity Handicap. And Twice the Vice straight to the front to take the lead. Listening right there with Jewel Princess on the inside. Real Connection came away racing third, and Biltmore Breeze as they head to the first turn. Well bunched up front, but Twice the Vice has gotten to the front by an egg. Real Connection to pressure her, 4 deep to the outside. Jewel Princess right there on the inside, a length and a half off the pace in third. Listening right there between fillies racing fourth by 2, and Biltmore Breeze at the back, just 4 lengths front to back as they wheel to the backstretch. A moderate quarter posted, 23 and 2, and Twice the Vice has the neck in front. The gray mare, Real Connection, right off her flank in second. Listening now moving up into third by a head. Jewel Princess racing fourth under a nice hold on the inside. A gap of 2 back to the trailer. Biltmore Breeze as they work their way up the backstretch, and Twice the Vice has got the lead, 3 parts of a length in front now. Real Connection drops a length off her now in second. 3 back to Jewel Princess third. Listening 5 lengths off the pacemaker in fourth, and Biltmore Breeze. Half mile clicked off in 46 and 3. Twice the Vice in command by a length and a quarter. Real Connection will make another run at her from the outside. Listening third. Jewel Princess on the inside, and Biltmore Breeze. The race tightening up around the far turn. Twice the Vice has led every step of the way. Still has plenty left up front. Real Connection could not go by her. Jewel Princess making her move along the inside. Listening has 3 to make up, and Biltmore Breeze at the top of the lane. Twice the Vice has got the lead. Twice the Vice set down for the drive. Leads it by a length and a half. Jewel Princess up the inside. Rail couldn't squeeze through. Real Connection right there past the 8th pole. Twice the Vice is shaken up by Kent DeSormo. Twice the Vice by a length and a half. Real Connection trying to push by late. Twice the Vice. Real Connection lunging at her. Twice the Vice. Real Connection surging. Twice the Vice.
Well, they finished second and third in New York and the Hempstead. Now they go back home and they finish first and third. Our champ, Jewel Princess, is stuck in the third spot here. Twice the Vice isn't, though. She gets that much sought-after win, carrying 121 pounds, and Kent DeSormo, who again subbing for Chris McCarron, very costly for that injury to McCarron on a Sunday. She gets the head victory. Real Connection got up there for second, carrying 114 pounds. And then there's Jewel Princess with the high weight of 123 pounds, and she certainly is not running like she did last year, winning the Breeders' Cup or earlier on this past 97 season. Perhaps when the weights start to level out and she doesn't have to concede even a couple of pounds to Twice the Vice, maybe she'll narrow that margin. Twice the Vice gets the win in 1:46 and 2, just 3/5 of a second quicker than Freehouse when his slower, I should say, than Freehouse when his mile and a furlong earlier on Sunday afternoon. So shows you how good these guys are out there. All right, finally on Sunday we've got 2-year-olds going postward in the Hollywood Juvenile Championship. 3/4 in distance. The purse is $100 grander. Let's take a look. We got an undefeated horse in here from D. Wayne's barn. Again, Luke Krybosch describing the race.
Off and running in the Hollywood Juvenile Championship. Ole OG busting out to the front. Joined by Kebab, flashing good early speed. Swiss Echo is right there. Major big time sheet on the inside. The favorite KO Punch came away racing in fifth. 3 lengths off the pace early. Score early, ranging up to his outside. Then Shingen Speed, a gap of 3. Farther back to Elio Monte and Old Topper the trailer. Going quickly up the backstretch. Kebab has the neck in front. Major big time sheet. Ole OG moves up 3 wide. Swiss Echo next. KO Punch being ridden along the inside. Score early on the far outside. A gap of 3 to Shingen Speed. Then it's Elio Monte and Old Topper. 21 and 4 for the quarter around the far turn. Major big time sheet. The neck in front. Kebab pressing every step of the way. KO Punch will try to squeeze his way through down along the inside. Top of the lane. Major big time sheet. KO Punch on the inside coming up to take him on. And Kebab hanging tough in third in the stretch drive. Major big time sheet is put to the test by the favorite KO Punch. And KO Punch is punching on through to take the lead. KO Punch up to take over from Major Big Time Sheet. And KO Punch goes on to win. KO Punch winning the Hollywood Juvenile Championship.
Well, showing great poise here, KO Punch and Gary Stevens coming up the rail for the score here in the Hollywood Juvenile, a length to the good, beating Old Topper and Major Big Time Sheet. KO Punch now 3 trips to the post and 3 wins. This 2-year-old son of 2 Punch, which is stamped Sprinter all over him. He gets the 6 furlongs in 9 and 4, and perhaps we'll see him being shipped east to Saratoga rather than going down to Del Mar. He's a good one. 3 for 3 lifetime is KO Punch. All right, from Hollywood on Sunday, we skip over to Monday's closing day at the Track of the Lakes and Flowers. The Robert K. Curlin Memorial Handicap, a 5.5 furlong sprint on the grass, $100,000 in added purse monies. Again, Luke Krybosch closes out the Hollywood meeting with the call.
Off and running in the Robert Curlin Handicap. Fast start for Weekend Playboy, straight to the front, Owen Meany. Flashing speed on the inside, Destiny's Venture, a half a length off the pace in third. Ratsaluk is racing fourth. Sandtrap gaining ground on the outside, 3 off the pace early, followed by Latin Dancer. Up the backstretch, Owen Meany, half a length in front now. Ratsaluk applying that early pressure, second. Weekend Playboy third. Destiny's Venture on the outside, revving up 4 wide. Behind that, Sandtrap will need racing room. And Latin Dancer, 21 and 3. They rattled off the first quarter. Around the far turn, Ratsaluk, Owen Meany right there. Weekend Playboy sweeping up 3 wide. Nowhere to go for Sandtrap, who's bottled up between rivals. Latin Dancer crying out for room on the inside, and Destiny's Venture wide open, turning for home in the Robert Curlin. Weekend Playboy, Sandtrap swung wide for the drive now. Ratsaluk digs in on the inside. Owen Meany, Latin Dancer, a cavalry charge in deep stretch. Latin Dancer to the front. Weekend Playboy on the outside, and Ratsaluk. Latin Dancer wins the Robert Curlin Handicap. Ratsaluk was second, and Weekend Playboy third.
Hey, his Latin Dancer sent off at 7-2, gets a 1.5 score. This is the 3-year-old by City Dancer, now taking on the older horses and beating them. That's 2 in a row and 4 out of 5 wins in its last starts. Corey Black in the irons aboard Latin Dancer. Ratsaluk finishing in the 2nd spot. Then we had Weekend Playboy getting the show money. Latin Dancer closing out the Hollywood meeting, 5.5 panels Monday in 101 and 3. All righty, from California back east here to New York, Belmont Park closing Saturday and Sunday for the spring-summer meeting. The final leg of the Triple Tiara for our 3-year-old fillies, the 1.25 mile Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks, was run $250,000, the guaranteed purse on the race, and of course features the Mother Goose winner, Agena, and the runner-up, Tommy Sue's Delight. Will they turn the tables on each other? Let's take a look. Here's Tom with the call of the CCA Oaks.
And they're off in the Coaching Club American Oaks. And Agena has come out on the lead. Tommy Sue's Delight away second on the inside. And Pleasant Temper moving toward the lead on the outside. She's up into second now. Tommy Sue's Delight down on the rail. Key Hunter's alongside her. 2.5 lengths back to the early trailer, Holiday Ball. Agena taking them along at a solid early clip as they make their way into the backstretch. The first quarter around the turn went in 24 1/5 seconds, with Pleasant Temper running along second by 2.5 lengths. Key Hunter is third. Tommy Sue's Delight settles back 5.5 lengths from front-running Agena, and the trailer is Holiday Ball. Continuing the run up the backstretch, it's Agena clear on the lead, moving easily while in front. The opening half mile goes in 48 seconds flat. Pleasant Temper runs along in second. Key Hunter unhurried in third. Tommy Sue's Delight is only 4 lengths from the lead with 5 furlongs to go. Down on the inside, Holiday Ball in the clear and on the move. There goes Holiday Ball, making a move for the lead as they round the far turn. The cadence now beginning to quicken. Agena opens up by 2.5 at the half-mile pole. Around the far turn, Agena 2-length lead. Holiday Ball putting in her bid. Pleasant Temper now third. Then Key Hunter running in fourth. Tommy Sue's Delight down on the inside fifth with 3 furlongs to go. Agena extending the lead. Agena opening up. Mike Smith calling on for more, and she sprints away from the field by 5. Tommy Sue's Delight down inside. She's second with 2 furlongs to go. Agena opening up by 5 at the top of the stretch. Tommy Sue's Delight is full out running in second. Then Key Hunter on the outside. Holiday Ball has weakened into the final furlong. Agena with a commanding lead. Tommy Sue's Delight. Tommy Sue's Delight driving hard, but still second at the 16th pole. It's going to be Agena. Agena under a heady ride there by Mike Smith, who opened up on the field on the turn, put distance between him and the second place finisher, Tommy Sue's Delight, and farther back.
Well, the key here was Mikey Smith on Agena, just putting everyone to sleep in the early fractions, just absolutely jogging along at a snail's pace, and then bingo, turned on the ignition switch and sprints to the wire, and that was that. 2 1/4 length score for Agena as she wins 2/3 of the Triple Tiara for our 3-year-old fillies here in New York. Tommy Sue's Delight just caught up in that paceless race, closed ground furiously, was 6 lengths back at the top of the stretch and closed within 2 1/4, but needs a much brisker pace up front. Longest shot on the board, Key Hunter got up there for the show money. Agena goes her 1.25 miles in 2 minutes, 2/5 of a second, and look for her in the Alabama up here. All right, Sunday afternoon, we had 3-year-olds in the Lexington Stakes on the grass at 1.25 miles. The Lexington purse, $150,000 in guaranteed monies. John Imbrial in the announce booth closing Sunday describes the race for us.
And they're off. Private Buck Trout is out for the lead. Red Castle came away running in second. Renewed towards the inside in third. Asset Allocation on the extreme outside. Then it's 6-0 as the field moves for the clubhouse turn. It is a Private Buck Trout with the lead. Asset Allocation now running in second. Red Castle is third. Renewed down on the inside in fourth. 6-0 the outside in fifth. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths to Deer Chaser and Decus Paris, followed next by Olympic Majesty. And then comes Jericho Warning, and the trailer is Eddie B. Runs. The first quarter in 24 seconds. Now they've reached the backstretch, and Private Buck Trout on the inside has a neck advantage over Asset Allocation. 1.5 lengths to Red Castle in third, Renewed down on the inside in fourth. 6-0 is fifth, about 6 lengths from the lead. Then it's Decus Paris and Deer Chaser, followed by Olympic Majesty, Eddie B. Runs, and Jericho Warning. The half mile goes in 49 seconds. Private Buck Trout continues to lead. Private Buck Trout by a 1/2 length. Asset Allocation is second by a little more than a length. Then it's Red Castle running in third. Renewed down on the inside in fourth. 6-0 is still fifth. Decus Paris on the outside. Then it's Deer Chaser, Jericho Warning, Eddie B. Runs, and Olympic Majesty. The field turns for home. Private Buck Trout trying to do it all the way on the front end. Asset Allocation on the outside. Red Castle is getting closer in third. Renewed looking for racing room down on the inside. They're coming for the 16th pole. It's still Private Buck Trout. Then it's Renewed and Red Castle, and Private Buck Trout and Jorge Chavez have done it. They won it by 2 lengths. Close for second, Renewed or Red Castle.
Hey, Private Buck Trout, Jorge Chavez in the irons. 2-length score for Bobby DeBonis. This 3-year-old son of Private Terms is now 3 wins out of its last 4 starts. Last start out, the Lamplighter down at Monmouth. That's a total throwout. Finished 9th and just was not even in the running. Comes back here and puts in a very handy score and sent off at the nice price of 5-1 for the 2-length win. Red Castle and Renewed, they'll be place and show in the race. Private Buck Trout goes the 1.25 miles and 2:01 and 1. All right, let's step right outside our studio here, out to the back porch, and take a look at our 2-year-old fillies in the initial stake of the Saratoga season, the Schuylerville. They're going 6 furlongs. The purse on the Schuylerville is $100,000. Let's take a look from the back stretch. Here's Tom's call of the Schuylerville.
And they're off. Lovelock, a sharp break on the inside. Countess Diana now to grab the lead. It's Countess Diana in front. In between horses, Stealth Success is there. Lovelock is now running third. Then Fired the Back Sequence is rating in fourth. Down toward the inside, Jersey Girl Remodeling is the trailer. They're moving up the back stretch, and the leader is Countess Diana, holding on 3/4 of a length. On the outside, Stealth Success pressing second. Sequence now down inside and gaining ground in third. On the outside, Lovelock is fourth, but she's only 2.5 lengths from the lead. Then it's Jersey Girl. The trailer is Remodeling. The opening quarter in 22-1. They're approaching the top of the stretch. Countess Diana still in control. Stealth Success on the outside. Sequence is trying to come through a narrow opening on the rail. On the far outside, Lovelock set down for the drive. Top of the stretch. Countess Diana shaken up by Shane Sellers. She'll come to the 8th pole with a 2-length lead. Lovelock on the outside. Sequence at the rail. Nothing left for Stealth Success into the final 16th. Countess Diana still there, 2.5. Lovelock, Countess Diana gets home to win the Schuylerville by almost 2 lengths over Lovelock.
Well, Countess Diana and Shane Sellers turned the table on Lovelock and Pat Day as they were 1-2 the opposite way in the recently run debutante at Churchill Downs. Now at Saratoga on Wednesday in the Schuylerville, it's Countess Diana's turn to come out on top. Lovelock was chasing mightily through the stretch, just couldn't catch up with the Pat Byrne runner and has to settle for a second. Sequence got the show money. Countess Diana opening up the stakes schedule at Saratoga on Wednesday goes to 6 furlongs in 1:10 and 1. Okay, that takes care of all of the replay action for this week, and as we told you, we step outside our studio into the back stretch here at Saratoga and get into our notes department because there is plenty of things going on that we need to discuss. Of course, we'll get to our racing schedule momentarily. Freehouse, in addition to that nice win we just saw in the swaps, now they are thinking perhaps coming to the Haskell to face Touch Gold, who had a very slow work this past week, went a mile in 1:44 and 1, and you would have to think that that foot must be bothering him just a little bit.